this as well, this line here, to see if this will break or not. Yes, it didn't break. Very close to the marking, it didn't break. So that tool is proven a good trick. Do the line, do the scratch in both sides at the same path, and then you can cut the material without breaking. Now, let's do the same for the marking. Now you have to be really careful. Notice how I'm holding the tool here. The hand is on, the hand is here. Let me readjust the camera a bit. The hand is here, pointing, and the tool is there, not there, at my finger, there. So I'm gonna do this a little bit shorter. I'm gonna try to mark, to cut with the tool the first circle. Notice that even if the tool goes away from my hand, it won't allow, it won't cut my hand. At least not easily. You have to be really careful with these tools, and I advise you to wear glasses as well, protective glasses. So now I'm going to do it from the other side as well, as close to the marking as I can. So even if I have done that now, so in another part, even if you your hand, the cutter goes like this, you won't cut your hand because you have it steady there, and the cutter is very, very close to the surface. So even if you do movements to allow the cutter to go away, it won't cut your hand. Your hand is below the cutter always. So don't put your finger there. Put it behind the cutter, okay? So let's try to cut with the scissors this one first. Let me readjust the camera. Notice how I cut this. This material can be easily broken, but if you manage to cut it properly, and don't push it too much, it's elastic as well. Cut a little piece each time. Don't get rush. Here's our part. and I'm going to give it a final finish at the ends with a file, just to make it more look better and more circular. You don't need to do that if you don't want to. Yes, that's much better now. I will make the edges better. So they are not sharp, and at the other side as well. Okay, I think that's good now. Final filing at the end. So here's our part. So I'm going to make the second one now. Here are our two parts finished, and at this point I would like to make the hole to get the hole clearer here. So I'm going to use probably this tool. And give it a turn, and from the other side as well. Polypropylenium is a weird material. It can be fragile, but it can be also quite elastic, so it's difficult to do these hole finishes. I will also use the drill once again, gently. Yes, that's much better now. I will use this another time until I'm satisfied with the final result. That's much better now. So here are the ready parts now. I'm gonna clean them a bit. I'm gonna clean them using acetylene, or you can use alcohol, but acetylene is quite it melts sometimes plastic, so I'm going to use it in another. I'm going to test it in another piece of polypropylenium. Yep, it works okay. It has not melted it, so I will clean the markings now from the parts. Nice and clean. Nice and clean. here are two finished parts. Now I will use one of these heat shrink tubes, you know, these plastics where you heat them with hot air and they shrink. The standard electronics heat shrink tubes, to create 2 circles more in the same dimension. So I will cut 2 pieces of it. First mark them, just as we did before with the other the polypropylenium. Mark their sides, their sides, and another piece. Mark its sides. Find the center points. I will not do any holes on them now. I will cut them. This can be cut much easier, and I will not use any heat to shrink them. I will just cut them in shape. First one, then the other one. And now I will use a sharp tool, maybe this one, to do the center hole. The hole doesn't need to be too well done. These are